Hi, Jonas and Cam. It's Auntie Sarah. Today I'm going to be reading a classic, Corduroy. And Max actually just chose this one for me to read to you. I really loved this book when I was a little girl. Corduroy, story and pictures by Don Freeman. There he is. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in a toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with many shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever wanted a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," sighed her mother. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost one of his buttons on his shoulder strap. You see that?" Oh. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." So look, little Lisa is looking sad and Corduroy's looking sad. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. There he is, climbing down. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto the escalator, and up he went. There he goes. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." You see that picture? You could see why he would think it was a palace. Woo. He wandered around, admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down. So there he is with his button. We'll see what happens. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop, off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Uh-oh. Corduroy's causing some trouble. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store, the night watchman, who was going on his rounds on the floor above. And when he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding here." Do we see Corduroy in this picture? I don't know. Do we see Corduroy in this picture? You see his little ears poking up? He flashed the light under and over the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" Look at him. "Oh, he says. The night watchman tucked Corduroy under his arms and carried him down the escalator. He set him on the shelf in the toy department and with all the other animals and toys and dolls. So there he has to go back. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came in the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he had seen the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I had saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." Look at that. She saved her money so she could get the bear she's always wanted. Shall I put him in a box for you? The sales lady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment, straight into her own room. Doesn't she look excited? Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl's-size bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he said. I know I've always wanted a home. Look at that sweet bedroom. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. Look at that. And that is the end. Now, the cool thing about this edition of Corduroy is it has some notes and things from when Don Freeman was just thinking about this book and sketching out some pictures and wondering what kind of story he really wanted to write. So isn't this cool? All these fun things. Let's see if I can open this up. This one is a letter right there, and it talks about the story that he wants to write called Corduroy. I'm going to put that back in there. Let's see what's on the next page. And here are some original sketches for the book. So you can see they look similar, but not exactly as the book ended up finally. Yeah, so here's the sketch, and then here's the final. You can see the difference. And here's the sketch, and here's the final. And then we have some more letters. I think we probably lost the one that went in there. Here's another one. Also seem to have lost this one. Anyway, and then here are some news articles about Don Freeman making this book. So that is the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time. Let's get this turned off. All right, bye you guys.